The death rattle of Shadespire are quite unlike the typical charnel slaves raised by minor necromancers and practitioners of fell magic. Their soul animus remains trapped within their decayed forms as a result of the curse of Nagash, and thus they retain a fragmented memory of their past lives long after their flesh has rotted away. Over time, many of these unfortunates have sworn themselves to the god of death's service, praying that by petitioning Nagash for forgiveness, they may be freed from the agony of their existence. Greatest amongst the faithful is the Sepulchral Warden, the former Lord Marshal of Shadespire. Such is his devotion to Nagash that this enigmatic creature has been gifted with the power to inspire frenzied devotion in his subjects, and he directs them against all who would challenge the great necromancer's will. The Farstriders, a vision of golden celestial light, a living embodiment of the God King's might. The Stormcast Eternals are messengers of vengeance, armed with the might of stars. Bold raiders and expert scouts, the Farstriders are vanguard hunters, the elite infantry of the Vanguard Auxiliary Chambers. Led by the grizzled Sanson Farstrider, more than once has a thought unassailable position been scaled and destroyed by this veteran band of heroes. In today's battle report, we're going to have a Rivals format game of Warhammer Underworlds with the Farstriders taking on the Sepulchral Guard. In this game, the Sepulchral Guard are going to be using their own special Rivals deck that came out in the brand new starter set for Warhammer Underworlds. Now, I'm going to be playing this, so Luke will be playing with the Sepulchral Guard in this game, and you can see the entire card list for the new Rivals deck here. And so, then we have the Farstriders, who will be getting used by Mia, the lovely wife. She'll be using the Rivals deck for the Warbands, and this Rivals deck comes inside the brand new starter set, alongside the Sepulchral Guard and their brand new Rivals deck as well, that I'll be using in this game. And so, here we have our table all deployed for the Sepulchral Guard. We have the Sepulchral Warden sitting there with the champion next to him. We have the Harvester and the Prince of Dust on this side, and then the Petitioners pretty much surrounding the rest of the Warband. For the Farstriders, we have Sanson Farstrider in the center there, and next to him is Elias Swiftblade. And then we have Almeric Eagle-Eye on the other flank. And so now we're going to roll for initiative for the first turn. So this will be for the Sepulchral Guard. I just got one success. See what you get for the Farstriders. You got 4 successes, so you're going to have the activation. And so first activation is just going to be a simple move for Almeric, moving him up to the center of the board, and that'll be the first activation for the Farstriders. 1 out of 4 done, and we'll go into the first activation for the Sepulchral Guard. So first activation for the Sepulchral Guard will be the Zealous Petitioner. I'm just going to do a move, popping him on the objective here. Alright, so Sanson's Farstrider is going to be the second activation, making a charge move there into the Raised Petitioner. A little charge token on him. And he's going to make an attack now. So Sanson has 2 dice for his attack. He's looking for hammers. That will not succeed, so that'll be a failed attack. And that'll be that for him. My next activation, I'm going to go with the Prince of Dust and just move up to there. And that'll be the activation for him. Alright, so after that, I'm going to play a ploy. It's going to be Inexhaustible Warriors. I'll give +1 move to all friendly fighters, and this will persist until the end of the round. And then the Farstriders will play Rangers Advance, where you can choose up to 2 friendly fighters and push each fighter 1 hex. The first one there is going to be Almeric, going to push there, and you've got one other fighter you can push 1 hex, so you'll push up Elias as well. And so after that, the next activation will be Almeric with 3 attacks with his range, going for my Zealous Petitioner, so needing swords with him. Unfortunately fails with them all again. Have you best of luck so far, the Farstriders. And so my next one, I'm going to move, and I'm going to choose to move with the champion who now has movement 3. So 1, 2, 3. That'll be the champion's move. Alright, so that'll be the end of the movement. So you're, on your last activation, just going to try and shoot again with our Merrick. So we're going to go with 3 attack dice, going again. You've got the cross sword, so I actually have to defend against this, which will be on the Zealous Petitioner. Will be 1 defense dice, so I need to try and get 1 shield. I do not. The damage is just 1 though from your crossbow. And so after that, you're going to play the reaction, which is Rapid Volley. Use after you make a friendly 3+ range attack action, and you get to make this 3+ range attack action again. So you're going to do the same shot at the same Petitioner, needing your cross swords again. Oh, you got double crit. That I can't stop that with 1 dice. Yeah, nothing. So that will take that one off the board. And so you will score the point then, getting yourself 1 glory for killing the Petitioner. And so nothing else to be played there, but we are going to go into my last action. And we are going to go with a move with the champion, which will see us 1, 2. So we'll move the champion to there. And that will be the end of our turn. But now we'll go into the upgrade step and the scoring of objectives. And so that is the end of round 1. No one is going to score any of the objectives they have in their hands just yet, but a few are pretty close. So we're going to go into the next turn. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so priority for turn 2 for the Sepulchral Guard, I got not much. You go, you get a crit, you got more of the support, so you're going to go first. So first action for the Farstriders, Elias is just going to make an attack into the champion. So go, you've got 3 dice for attack. Oh, that is double crit. Wow, that's a bit of change in fortune there. I have dodge, I can't do it. Yeah, no. So it's just going to do straight up 2 points of damage to the champion. Leave me on 1 wound left. Alright, so end of the activation for the Stormcast. They're going to play the Lone Warrior upgrade, and they're going to put it on Sanson Farstrider. This gives support to successful in any defense rolls for him. Alright, so we're going to activate the Sepulchral Warden as my first activation for the turn, and we're going to use his Raise ability to put the Zealous Petitioner back on the table. And that will also give the Zealous Petitioner a raise token. I'm then going to play a card as a ploy called Worthless Chaff. Friendly petitioners now will have no bounty. This will persist until the end of the round or until a friendly petitioner is taken out of action. Alright, so we are going to go next with Elias. Alright, so Elias will go, and she's got 3 attacks. He needs cross swords to hit. Got a crit, so the only way I'm able to stop that is with a crit of my own, and I do not. And so that will take the champion out of action off that objective. And so that'll be a immediately score for the Surge here, as the assassin, which is Elias, takes an enemy fighter on an objective token out of action. So 1 point for you. Alright, and so after that, we're going to go into the upgrade phase. I'm going to put Swift Stride on Elias, giving them +2 movement. I'm then going to use a ploy called Pitless Command, where I choose a friendly fighter with 1 or more raise counters on them, the petitioner here. I can push them up to 2 hexes, so I'll go 1 and 2. Right, so I'm going to attack with the Zealous Petitioner, who actually is inspired now because they do have a raise counter on them. So we've got 3 attacks. We are needing cross swords. That'll be 2. And so defense for our Merrick. That will not do it. Third activation for the Farstrider is going to make a charge with Elias. He's now got 5 movements, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which will actually mean your supports are going to come to action here because you're going to be supporting your friend, our Merrick. Alright, so Elias is going to attack the petitioner. You need your crossbow. That is a crit there, so I still only have 1 defense dice, so I need a crit, and I do not get it. And so that fighter is taken. However, my Worthless Chaff means you do not score any points for taking that fighter out. I'm then going to activate the Sepulchral Warden and use his special ability, which is allowing him to pick 2 friendly fighters and move them up to 2 hexes. And so we're going to go 1, 2, and 1, 2. And so your next activation will be Elias. He's now going to shoot Sepulchral Warden, which is going to be cool because after this he'll inspire. He won't get any hits, but he has used the attack action. So while he doesn't do any damage on the Sepulchral Warden, he will now inspire. Third activation for the Sepulchral Guard, we're going to move the Prince of Dust. We'll just be moving over onto here. That'll be that. Alright, Sanson Farstrider is then going to charge. You're going to attack the Sepulchral Warden at the end of it. So Sanson is attacking the Sepulchral Warden. You are needing cross swords, or hammers, sorry. So I do need a shield, and I get it. So that'll stop any damage coming to the Sepulchral Warden. So last activation, I'm actually going to do a charge, moving over onto the objective here and attacking Sanson. So 2 attacks in combat. We got a crit there and a success as well. So Sanson will need to roll 1 defense dice. No, he fails that, so you will take 2 points of damage on Sanson Farstrider. And so scoring at the end of the round, the Stormcaster will be the only ones to score an objective, and they will score Lightning Advance, which is dual. Score if they're at the end phase, if there are 2 or more surviving friendly fighters, all the Farstriders are still in action, and each of those fighters is in enemy territory, and your whole party's in enemy territory. So immediately after that, we're also going to play the Covering Fire, and this is going to go on our Merrick. Today's video is brought to you by Baron of Dice, a premium wargaming dice that make your table come alive. Now, if you're looking for some great dice to suit an army you play on the tabletop in a variety of different games, go to Baron of Dice and check out their website. You can also use our discount code down in the video's description, which will help support the channel, but also nab you a cheap little discount. The dice you see pictured here are the official dice for Parabellum's Last Argument of King's Conquest by them as well, which you can find on the Parabellum e-store as well. Alrighty, so priority for turn 3, the last turn of the game, this is for the Sepulchral Guard. We got double crit. And for the Farstriders, nope, so I will get the first activation this time. Alright, so first activation for the Sepulchral Guard. Sepulchral Warden is going to attack Sanson Farstrider. That'll be a crit. So you get 1 defense dice. You need it to be a crit. It is not. That'll do 2 points of damage and take Sanson out. And so I'm going to play an upgrade immediately of the Familiar Face. I'm going to put this on the Rising Petitioner there. This means my bounty is Spent Glory. So our Merrick's going to make the shot at the Sepulchral Warden. So 3 shots. See what he can get. You got a crit. I've only got 1 defense dice. So I got a crit as well. So hammers don't do it because you need blades, so that'll actually stop you doing any damage to me. Now, however, since Americ didn't kill this, I will now score this objective, which is score immediately after an opponent's activation step. If your warband holds 2 or more objectives, and one of those objectives is an enemy territory, which it is, so I'll score 2 points for this. My activation, Sepulchral Warden will use his Raise ability, picking the champion, who we will now place in a starting hex. But actually, we're going to play a ploy, which will activate immediately. I'm going to play the ploy, starting Reformation, which allows me to put it in one of your starting hexes, but it will have a charge token on it. So I'm just going to go, he's safe over there, and he will gain a charge token on him, but he's pretty much untouchable from you now. Alright, so 3 dice. Going to try and shoot with Almeric again. Let's hope he can get the hit. That will not a shooting attack. Dear oh dear. And so last thing for this particular activation, you're going to play Lightning Blow. +1 damage for the first attack action made by a friendly fighter in your next activation step. So next one, I'm going to go for another raise with my Sepulchral Warden, bringing back the Zealous Petitioner. We'll bring him back over here with his raise counter, which means I will immediately score the objective. They keep coming. Score immediately after, you give a friendly fighter a raise counter, and one or more other friendly fighters each have one or more raise counters. Alright, so doing a charge with Elias, because you want to walk with him and make an attack. So Elias going in combat, 3 dice. That is a crit. So I only have 1 defense dice, which is a crit, but the sword will still mean it succeeds though. So you will do 3 points of damage, and that will take out the Prince of Dust. And so he doesn't inspire because I've got multiple raises on the table, but there's nothing more I can do to score any more points. None of us have any objectives that are going to score at the end of the game. So it is going to be 4 points each at the end of the game, meaning the game will be a draw. And so that's the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel down below. And also, don't forget to drop a comment down below letting us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server that's linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. Either by grabbing yourself some channel merch, either through our Ko-fi or Teespring stores, or by supporting us directly via Patreon and YouTube members. As a special thank you to everyone who does support the channel via Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lyle, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Cure Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. And to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revan R, Pink Nuka Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, and John Castle. And a special thanks to Lady Witchfox R and all the amazing people who do the moderation of our Discord server and groups who make everything we do possible. Thank you all so much once again for watching, for supporting the channel. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.